What's up people? Welcome to episode 3 of the 1.16 Minecraft Survival Let's Play here with Toby Foxy 50. Thought we'd start off the episode with a little bit of treasure hunting, maybe find some ancient ruins, a few sunken ships here and there, kind of just gather some goodies from this. Last episode we got our enchanted tools, so I got some big projects planned for today. Wasn't having much luck out in the ocean, and I saw something that caught my eye, and no, it actually wasn't the desert temple, it was this massive mountain with the floating island, which I definitely want to take a screenshot of the chords of this thing, because this could be a pretty cool project in the future. It is fully disconnected and floating. It almost looks like it's part of amplified terrain. But I think we're going to actually hop into this desert temple real quick, see if we can find any goodies down here. We got to be a little careful. Definitely could be mobs down here, and the last thing we want is for them dropping down on the pressure plate. So we're going to do this the smart way, and we're just going to dig down over here. And the first thing we want to do is break that pressure plate right there, because that could easily cause us to die. And we're a pretty good distance away from the house right now. So let's see what we got in here. We got some bones, which I won't mind taking. I'll take the string. Do not need the sand, don't need the rotten flesh, but I will definitely take the gunpowder. Some more horse armor. I don't need the flesh, like I said. Get those bones, the string. We'll take the spider eyes, because once we get villagers, those guys will be very helpful to gear them up and get some cheap trades. Let's grab the string too, and we got one more chest for ourselves. This one pretty good. We got a golden apple, more horse armor, and a ton more string. And also we got the 9 TNT from that, which is pretty sweet. Could definitely help us dig out a little cave or something in the future. Right next door to the desert temple was this village, and this is actually the first village I've seen on this world, which is pretty sweet. Decided to run in here because night fell pretty quickly there, so I just stole a villager bed. Took a little nap, but we're going to look around to see if there's any of these special buildings that have a few chests. Maybe a blacksmith, librarian, stuff like that, because if there is a librarian, I do want to take... We don't need the fletching table. I do want to take their bookshelves from them. So we're going to kind of look around, see if there's any goodies. We got this guy in here. I will take the stone cutter. Do not have one of those. Does the iron golem get annoyed if I do that? No, he does not. So we're going to keep looking around. Got a few goodies from the village there. No blacksmith, which is a bummer, but a ton of leather workers. So we got a saddle from there, which is nice because I only have one at the moment. And now we made that 2 saddles, but this thing is looking ridiculous over here. Got a little waterfall hanging all the way down, but I think there's an abandoned portal right here, which there is. And this is going to be tough to actually snag this gold block. I'm going to grab a few bits of sand here so we can build around the lava, because that's the last thing I need to do is fall in lava this far away. It wouldn't even be worth coming back since we'd lose all our materials, and stand on a magma block while we're at it anyways. Our inventory is full there, so you know what, I'll throw away a stone pressure plate. Don't need that guy. Is there a chest around? Yes, there is. We got blast protection, which I don't need that. I don't need either of those, actually. So we're just going to let those go to waste here. Since the village was right on the water and I was kind of done exploring for treasure anyways, I decided to throw one of these guys in a boat, and we hopped in a river and kind of spit us out right in the ocean. So I'm going to take this guy back to our little home base, and then we're going to come back and try and get a second one. So we got our villager back from the village, which is only about 5 to 7 minute boat ride from here, which isn't bad at all. I still got to go grab another, but first I kind of want to find a little spot to dig a little hidey hole to throw this guy in there, and I do want to leave him in the boat just because, so he's not running around. If I accidentally break in there, he doesn't move around and get out of the hidey hole. So we're gonna find a little spot to dig him down in. I just dug out a little hole right up against the water, so we're just gonna ride this guy into here. Let's see if I can actually aim and get the boat into here. Not a very easy thing to do, and we're just gonna leave him right there, and we'll put some torches in here. And for now, we're just gonna close this guy off. Nothing should be able to spawn in there. And once we get the second villager, we'll just do another 2-block gap and just do it right here. Kind of place those torches in there for now, because I mean, why not? So I'm going to head back over to the village and try getting one more villager. We got our second villager on the ocean now, and we're just heading back to our base, which is only about a 5 to 7 minute journey. Not terrible. I do want to remember that the village is there. Not that we'll need villagers. It's just kind of cool to have a village, because then we can set that thing up as almost like a little fortress for all our pillager raids, because I don't know if pillager AFK farms are still a thing. They might still be, but I do not know. And anyways, it's pretty fun to do the pillage raids like you're supposed to do them. We got our second villager pretty much back to base. I'm just going to slide him into their little hidey holes. There's already one back in there. Hopefully he didn't despawn. I mean, he shouldn't despawn. Oh, I wonder if we can trap a dolphin too. That's going to be pretty bad if the dolphins get stuck in there. I don't want to kill you guys off, but I'm sorry, guys. Come on, jump out of here. Jump out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Come on, go. One's back. Come on. Let's get the other one out of here. We don't want him to die. Perfect. Come on, get out of here, buddy. Come on, you're not a land dolphin. Come on, get out of here. I'll punch you back in the water. Perfect. Okay, so we got that guy in there. Okay. I guess the dolphins just like to be on land. Come on, get out of here, dude. I'm trying to help you out, buddy. Oh, I think he's mad at me. I think that's why he keeps jumping out of the water. Dude, I saved you. I saved you. Come on, get back in the water and don't attack me. Alright, so I'm just going to put a little piece of andesite right here, just so we remember that our villagers are right there. Now that the villagers are back and we got that all figured out, I was not planning on doing that, but since the village was right on the water and I didn't want to lose the villagers, I just thought, you know what, might as well just do it. It doesn't take very long. But what I was going to do next is I actually want to get ourselves a little bridge going across from our island to the mainland. I don't know if this is actually mainland because it is still an island, but I want to get a little bridge going across because it is getting kind of annoying having to swim across this every single time. So I'm going to gather up some materials and get started with that. So it's actually been a little while since that last clip, so I got the bridge all finished up and I think it looks pretty decent. I don't love it, so we might tear it down in a later episode and build one a little more cobblestoney, a little different, just because I think we have too much wood going on right now because I used a lot of wood on this bridge. There's no other blocks in there besides wood, and then this house has a lot of wood going on with it. This is alright because it has the bricks. So I got this guy all finished up, and I'm sure you can see in my hotbar I got a diamond shovel now, an enchanted one actually, and we got really lucky. We got efficiency 4 and breaking 3 and silk touch, which was just kind of like a random thing I did. I was at 29 levels and I just kind of smelted up like random things, like a couple stacks of stone blocks just so we can get that extra level. And I enchanted this guy and got this, which is really nice. And I also built up this wheat farm over here, and I just did the same kind of look of going back and forth between normal oak logs and stripped oak logs like we did over there. And I just built this guy because we were running out of room over there. I just turned that into our potato and carrot farm so we can grow a bunch more wheat, but we actually have 44 hay bales in our chest over there from when we went to the village. With that being said though, I've kind of cleared out this area real quick up here just because I want to get started on building up our villager breeder. I think this is a cool little spot. It'll overhang, and I do have a little future project that we'll do maybe this episode, maybe next episode. I'm just doing a kind of a cliffside that wraps around here, almost kind of making everything feel, or this house feel lower and everything up above it, and that house will also sit lower than it. I think this is a pretty cool little spot. We're going to be building LogicalGeekBoy's villager breeder. Pretty simple, just a 9x9 area, which I have an 11x11 dugout here, and then we're going to have the back end of it go into the mountain, so all the villagers that we breed up are protected back there. Pretty much it's like the perfect villager breeder setup, and I will make sure to drop a link to his video down in the description. But I thought we should throw this into a time lapse while I build this guy up. It'll be a relatively short one, but hopefully enjoyable. Now that we got this guy all finished up, which I think it turned out super good, let's actually run down onto the bridge and get a good little view of it. I think it fits really well. Kind of built it into the cliffside a little bit, and I like the block choice I used. I went pretty simple, just granite, spruce, oak, and then glass obviously for the front. And I did cut the time lapse a little bit short there. I'm sure you guys noticed. That could be a full villager breeder what I had done, but I continue to do the rest of what he has, which is just kind of like the little contraptions to make sure you don't get baby villagers in your minecarts, stuff like that. So we'll actually run back here and I'll give you guys a little idea, and I did not mean to jump off that ledge right there, Mr. Clumsy over here. So let's run back here. I am going to clean this up. We're going to do like a subway system back here or something to get the villagers out, but this is what it looks like back here. Pretty cool design. Only grown villagers will go right here. I'm not going to explain it too much because it is his design, but I do really like how it came out, and I would definitely go check it out if you are building a villager breeder. But we've done a lot of building this episode, and to switch things up, I think we're actually going to go jump into the nether and see what our nether spawn is. So I'm just getting a few of our materials together here, and I want to make ourselves a brand new bow. Actually, we could combine those three, but I don't know how long we're going to go in there. So let's just make ourselves a little freshy here. We got a few arrows, which is actually pretty nice from just the nighttime. So let's throw that guy there. Let me make sure we got everything we might need. I'm going to grab some cobblestone too so we can cover up the portal a little bit. And this should be all we need. And I'm just going to pick a spot, kind of a random spot to put this guy down because I'm definitely going to move it in the future. But let's just put it somewhere. Let's just say, let's put it in this house for now. Something kind of simple, just right. I don't know if I like this spot actually because we're going to have to tear out the roof. I don't know where we're going to put this guy. I'm going to find a good little spot. So I ended up deciding on just putting the portal right here. I think it's an alright spot. It's definitely going to get moved in the future. I kind of want to build like a whole little shrine around it, as in like, I don't know, just a cool little area. But the only tools we're actually going to bring in that's enchanted is our diamond sword. I'm going to bring in a diamond pickaxe just because we got iron tools, which I don't necessarily need. I do want to get a little bit of soul sand, so I brought that guy. And I think it's time we actually jump in there and let's go see what we have. Hopefully we're not just right over a lava lake. That would suck to be over a lava lake. Hopefully maybe a cool little forest. Are we in a cave? Oh, we're right next to a soul sand valley, which I do not mind at all. We can go grab some soul sand. Hopefully we find ourselves another fortress. Alright, so lava's starting to flow down from the ceilings. I really haven't left from the portal yet. I'm actually going to grab some soul sand if I can from here. Just good to have some of these guys. There's going to be ghast, I'm guessing, kind of everywhere. And we got lava all around us. I'm actually going to take a little screenshot of the coordinates real quick. So I just got that screenshot taken of the coordinates, and I covered up the portal in cobblestone just in case any ghast decide to shoot at it. We're actually probably going to have a little bit of a tough time getting out of here because there's lava all below us, like literally directly below us. So I'm gonna just dig down maybe this way. I kind of wish I brought my actual pickaxe now, because I mean, you know what, I'm gonna run back in. I'm gonna go grab the actual pickaxe. All right, so we're back with our good pickaxe now, our enchanted one. I gotta be a little careful what I do here, but yeah, I just really wanted it because if we're gonna be digging, that's gonna kind of suck to be using a normal pickaxe. And of course we're gonna dig into soul sand, and I have no good shovel. There's no good way to get down here. I might just almost dig through the backside and see where we tunnel out of, because we also got a ton of skeletons over there. So yeah, I'm just going to dig through this guy and let's see what's on the other side. We got our first pieces of quartz. Let's grab these guys up. These are so good for getting experience, by the way. If you ever need to get like a quick like 4 levels, quartz is definitely one of the ways to go. I mean, if you obviously have an ender, a really good ender farm, in better words, I mean, I would use that, but quartz is definitely a good early game way of getting experience. Alright, so we got our first little exit, and we are relatively high up, so actually, you know what? I just dug all that way for no reason. We're going to run back over. I got to find a good way down without getting killed with lava. So I just dug a staircase down right next to the portal. And as you can see, we're already almost at level 30. And I've hit like 3 or 4 little veins of quartz. And that's to show you how good quartz can be for getting experience. But if we pop our head out over here, we got some random things. Nothing too special. What's right there? Is there a good... No, that's a very dangerous drop off. And I jumped right over without realizing it. That could have been our death right there. But... luckily, my parkour is insane, my unknowingly parkour. So we got tons of piglins and zombie pigmen. Let's kind of jump around. I do want to grab some of these bones on our way back, but let's just kind of keep looking around and get an idea for what's around. Alright, so we got a ghast right there, and that's why I brought our bow and arrow. Kill that guy off, which is so loud. I gotta turn the volume down. After we hit this guy, uh-oh, this isn't good. Did I hit a pig? Oh my god, I think I hit a pigman. Oh my gosh, we're gonna die here. We are for sure gonna die here. Oh my gosh, guys, I think I hit a pigman right there. Oh my gosh, I am literally shaking right now. I think we may have hit a pigman. I can't tell. Yeah, we hit a pigman. Okay, so this is bad. We gotta make our way back up to the portal. I'm just gonna kill these guys off, maybe get a little experience, some gold, some of the stuff like that. We're going to get tons of stuff here, which is going to be nice, but I'm kind of trapped at the moment. Alright, so I got all the piglins killed, which is super sweet. Actually, they were zombified piglins, which was a pain. I almost died, and we had an enderman coming after us, which was even worse, but we got a bunch of levels from killing those guys off. It was probably like 30 of them. It looks like they are no longer mad, so we can continue exploring, but I don't think that actually could have gone any worse right there. I was trying to hit the ghast, and I just happened one of my arrows hit a zombified piglin. But it looks like we are pretty much in the heart of a soul sand valley, which I don't mind really that much. I do want to try finding a nether fortress so we can get some nether wart. That would be huge to have. I already got some soul sand, which is enough for me. Actually, let's just get a few more. 14 should be plenty just to have for now. If we do find some nether wart, we can plant those guys down. So I've just been kind of running around, and I've had a few too many close calls in here already. I've gotten down to 3 hearts like 6 times now from just ghast and skeletons kind of teaming up on us at the exact same time. So I'm gonna make our way back up, and I think this is a relatively good spawn. I like how we're up at the top. Let me try finding my way back up to our portal, which is nice as we have a lava lake down there. So if we do have a saddle, so if we can get some wart fungus, we can actually use those guys and ride around. But I'm gonna make my way back up to our portal. So we're back at the base, and I wish we could have gotten a little more exploring done in the nether, but I was like almost not prepared to go in there. I just started to get so low on hearts so many different times, whether it's from gas, skeletons, or even first walking in and accidentally hitting a zombified piglin. It just went perfect. I'm still pretty happy we went into the nether because I did want to get nether quartz for our next project, which is a auto melon and pumpkin farm. Since we got those villagers going, it's a super good trade to have, and I'm a little bummed because I did want to get nether wart, because when you turn villagers into zombie villagers and then transfer them back, they give you ridiculous deals on stuff. So it's kind of a bummer we didn't get that guy, but I do not want to take my chances in the nether. So I was just looking around for a good spot to build this melon and pumpkin farm, and I couldn't really think of any until I thought maybe we build it over here, because if we could get a bird's eye view, which I might do to show you guys, this is like a very, very like shallow slope going up, and we're going to be building almost a little street with houses on both sides along here. And I was thinking, why not just build the melon and pumpkin farm underground or within this mountain? So I'm going to dig out a pretty solid sized area in here, and the melon and pumpkin farm aren't actually going to be the same farm. It's going to be 2 separate farms, but the exact same design. So I'm going to dig out this area right here, and I will bring you guys back. So I got our little area cleared out for the melon and pumpkin farm, but before I run over and show you guys that, I couldn't help but notice that I'm at 31 levels. So I thought to myself, let's enchant something. Well, we have no more diamonds, or we have 2 more, and I'm not going to waste it on a sword. I'd rather wait, maybe get another pickaxe, because we do not have fortune yet on a pickaxe. So why not enchant a fishing rod? So let's throw this guy in here. On breaking 3, which I'm just going to go for because I actually have a mending fishing rod, just mending on it from, I want to say it was treasure or something of that nature. So let's see what we get here. We got luck of the sea 2, and on breaking 3, which, you know what, I do not mind having that. It's not bad. I will combine that with the mending fishing rod later on. So I know I said I was going to build the farm separate, as in 1 melon farm and 1 pumpkin farm, but I just realized I will not have enough materials to do separate ones. So we're just going to mix them together, and once we get more materials together, we're just going to turn it into 2 stories. So it's going to be like having 2 separate farms, so they're going to be just as efficient and just as much materials coming out of them. But this is the area I dug out. It's just an 11 by 11 by 5. We actually don't need this big of an area. We only need a 9 by 10. Just dug it out a little extra just so we have that playroom, so when I'm moving around trying to place blocks in, it's a little bit easier. But I'm gonna get started here. Just finished up getting all our rails put in. Now moving on to the next dirt layer. Dirt's done and all the seeds are planted. Moving on to observers and pistons. And just like that, the farm is all finished up. Every once in a while you can hear the pistons firing from the stems growing, but when we went to the nether, well, there you go, pistons firing from the stems growing. But when we went to the nether, we actually got some bone blocks, and I thought might as well turn those into bone meal and get these guys all bone mealed up so we can actually start getting some melons and pumpkins pretty quickly here. So I just got the farm completely finished up and bone mealed all the stems, and we are getting actually a decent amount of pumpkins and melons so far. There's more melon stems than there is pumpkins. I didn't add correctly, or it ended up being weird and ended up being more melons, which I don't really mind. But we got 20 pumpkins and we got about 2.5 stacks of melons, which is super good. But next episode, we're going to build a house over the top of this thing, make it a farmhouse. It's going to take care of all our storage for our food from the cows. And then once we got sheep going, we're going to get an auto sheep farm going, which we might do next episode. I don't know if we're going to do that next episode because I do have a decently sized project plan. It's not very big. It's just very, very technical and takes a lot of time to do. So I don't know if we're going to get that started next episode or this episode or what the plan is going to be, but we're definitely going to build a house right here. It's going to be a pretty decently sized house, and a little info on what we're going to be doing over the next few episodes is right here. I might actually climb up to show you guys a little bird's eye view. Yeah, this is a way better view. A way better view of our super plain roof to our villager breeder. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm sure you can tell right here, it's a pretty subtle slope going up this mountainside right here. And I kind of want to line it with houses down each side and then have a path road going up the middle. And that's going to kind of take us into our village on the back side of this island, which is going to be our main part of the village. All our houses are going to be on that side because, like I said, this is going to be more our farming side. I really want to turn this into just farms all over the place. But our first house is going to go right there, and that's going to store all our stuff of our melon and pumpkins because that thing does crank out a ton and a ton of stuff from it. So we're going to have a lot of storage in there, and I might also put our storage for kind of all our animal stuff like hide, raw meat, the pork, the wool, all in there. We might actually do a different spot for the wool because I'm doing a pretty industrial sized wool farm. But with that being said, it's pretty late at night right now, and I think I'm gonna actually get an AFK session in so we can actually get some more villagers in there because I do have a big project planned for next episode, and I do want to get those guys breeded up. And then also I want to get a ton of melons and pumpkins because those are going to be super helpful when we start trading with some farming villagers so we can get those green emeralds. One night of AFKing later, we got about 9 hours of AFKing in, and our villager side of things is looking ridiculous. There's like 20 to 25 villagers in here, and I don't have an on and off switch currently for this guy. He does put one in the tutorial, but I did not have a slime ball for the on and off switch, so I'm gonna have to manually hop in there and actually turn this guy off. And then if we run over to our melons and pumpkin farm, so if we take a look at this guy, this is crazy how much we got overnight. Like, I'm really happy about the villager breeder, but this is pretty insane for 9 hours. Look at this, guys. Full chest here, almost full chest here, and you got to remember this would be full, but we have a hopper that's completely full here. So you know what, I would say this is very, very good for how small this farm is. This is only a 9 by 10, and I'm thinking of doing like 3 or 4 more layers on this guy, so the storage we're gonna have is ridiculous. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, during this episode I have not had Optifine on. Well, I didn't really have a choice, it just wasn't working. And for those of you who don't know what Optifine is, if I actually turn this guy around and zoom in, there's no seams on the glass here. It only goes around the edge. It just connected textures and kind of performance stuff. It makes everything look a little bit better, and it's how you get shaders working. But now that that guy's working, I think that villager breeder up there is looking ridiculous with that connected glass all around. But with that being said, I think I'm going to call it here for the episode, and I will see you guys in the next episode.